Hey guys, welcome back to SAILOLIVE. My name is Maritza and I'm so happy that you joined me today. I'm so excited actually for today's video because we're going to be reviewing and demoing out the new Glittery palette. I'm so happy, honestly. Like, this is like probably one of my favorite videos that I'm about to film. And I'm very excited. What do you guys think about of the background? I literally just cut my little bats out and I put them on my wall. What do you guys think? I don't celebrate Halloween, but I am using this excuse to put little bats on my background just because I'm like a vampire lover. I love vampires, so this is Halloween is my excuse to put on some vampire bats on my wall. So anyways, back to the palette. I'm so happy to finally have this in my hands and review it for you guys. So yeah, if you want to see what I think about the Glittery palette, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I have not, well, I opened it and I looked at the shades, but I didn't swatch them, I didn't do anything. The packaging is, it's like this foiled monogram of her brand, and then it's the flowers, which, you know, when I first saw it come out, I was like, I don't know if I would have done that, you know, like the flowers and stuff. But then when she pulled out her video about her reasoning to everything, it just made sense because like she is all over the place. I love her. So this is the Glittery palette. Like literally the lights do not do it justice. It is ridiculously glittery. Like even indoors, like you can't get the full idea. I posted on my Snapchat like a video of it on like outside and it looks insane. Like literally you have to have this in your hands just to do that. That is literally one of the best parts about this palette so far, and I haven't even touched the shades. Okay, yes, so I love Laura. Honestly, she is the reason why I started watching YouTube. I had to get it. I knew that like when I wanted to buy the Jaclyn Hill palette, like I was like, nah, I won't, and then I regretted it so bad. And this time I was like, I ain't gonna do the same mistake again. So I totally had to get it. Okay, so the price is $40, which is not too bad. Many people expected her to do more like a drugstore thing, but I don't mind. I mean, I knew that if she wanted what she was gonna make to be great, she was gonna have to give it a really decent price. And 40 is actually not too bad if you compare it to other palettes out there, so I'm okay with the $40. And with shipping and everything included, it turned out to be like 45, so it wasn't that bad. So when you open the palette, you get this plastic that covers the shadows, and this is the gorgeous palette. Every time I look at it, it just has me going crazy. It's funny because in the videos, I don't know why I felt like it was going to be a little bit bigger. I don't know, but this is my hand. I have a large hand, so I guess it's not really a good impression, but my face and all these shadows, there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I had to count. Yes, I did. 10 shades, which is a pretty good amount, and they're normal like ColourPop size shadow. Honestly, seeing it online does not do it justice as to seeing it in person. Like, I knew I was going to get it either way, but now that I've seen it in person, I'm like, heck yes, I'm so happy that I got it. The mirror, beautiful as well. Like I said, packaging is like a little funny to me, like the combination, but makes sense, it's Laura. Didn't expect anything else. Let's start the demo. I'm super excited to put these on my face. Let me zoom you guys in just a little bit so we can start the review. Okay, so first off, I'm going to prime my eyelid just to give this palette a very good shot. I don't want to ruin it by, you know, not. Okay, so now I'm going to set my whole lid with some translucent powder. I haven't done my face makeup yet just because there could be some fallout. You know, I've seen some reviews where there is a little bit of fallout, but that's okay. We might as well be prepared. Okay, so first off, I'm going to go in with Okie Dokie and set my, but put a little bit in my brow just to lift it a little bit. There is literally no fallout on that one, just by tapping it like a normal human being. It's not too pigmented, but buildable. Now I'm gonna go in with Bomb Diggity, which is this, they call it pukey brown color, I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Bomb Diggity on my crease as a transition shade. There is some fallout, but not too much. This palette is blending really easy. I literally just laid down the color and it's already blended. And usually it's funny because these shades don't necessarily show up on me, or maybe it's like a self-conscious thing, but I feel like it's really showing up. I love that one. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's go in with Cray Cray with another fluffy brush, and I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner. Honestly though, if you're new to eyeshadows, I feel like this is a perfect palette to you, just because she made it specifically to blend like a dream. And as far as I'm concerned, that's exactly what it's doing. And they build so well. Alright, so now that we have a really good base, I'm going to go in with Kooky, which is a nice matte wine color, and just put it right in the crease. I'm just trying to use as many colors as possible. I'm going to use a flat yet fluffy brush for that one. A good way to apply your shadows is by looking down, just so you can kind of get a visual as to where your crease is. I'm going back in with Bomb Diggity, which is this pukey brown shade, just to blend everything at top. You know, it kind of reminds me of the BH Cosmetics eyeshadows, just like softness, but more pigmented. You know what I mean? Like, they're very creamy, but even more pigmented. I feel BH Cosmetics, you kind of have to build a little bit more, but this, super creamy, and it's already going along with my shirt perfectly, so that's a win for me. Let's go in with Veneer and put it on our outer corner. I'll go in with a brush, then I'll go in with it wet, which I think there's no point, just because I technically always wet my brushes, but there's people out there, y'all, who really care about these kinds of things. Oh, it already looks wet. Look, it looks wet. Okay, I know, because y'all know how much I love Laura, you probably think like I'm lying about everything now, but I don't remember the last time that I thought, I won't wet the brush, because honestly this is such a metallic, but you can just brush it off like I just did. There is still, like, it did stain a little bit, but you can, if you happen to have put your makeup on first, just put a light layer of baking powder or translucent powder and it'll be easier to knock it off. It's really not that big a deal, just because I'm so obsessed with how metallic it is without even having to wet the brush. And I always wet the brush. Like, look at that. You guys can see that. That's metallic. Let's go in with Redonkulous on our inner half. Redonkulous is this really nice bronze brown color. Okay, Redonkulous on the brush doesn't look as metallic. It looks a little bit powdery. Not powdery, but you know what I mean. Like, it's gonna have fallout. Okay, this one is metallic, but not nearly as metallic as in Veneer. I'm gonna go ahead and wet this shadow. I think you can layer it, but I'm not getting what I want, so I'm gonna wet it first. You can literally wet your brush with water or setting spray, but water works just fine. And it's brought to life. It's crazy how brought to life shadows look when you add water. Okay, so I love the way that one looks. It looks more orange than bronze, but I'm sure if you put like a brownie color under it, you'll probably get more of a bronze. I think these are the most random colors, but you know, I'm just trying to test out the eyeshadows for you, but it still looks nice, so I'm not worried. No, I just dropped my palette. Okay, so now let's go in with, let's do Quirky and put it in the middle of those two. I'm gonna use the same brush, and let's do it dry and then wet. This one seems to have the same formula that in Veneer does. It looks very creamy, so let's do it. Yeah. Look at that. You see that, right? Okay guys, so now we're gonna do inner corner and brow highlight before I do my under eye, just because I have to do the rest of my face routine, and we're gonna go in with Scatterbrain, which is this really pretty gold champagne color, which I'm in love with a pencil brush. It seems really soft. Oh my god, that is pigmented. That is more pigmented than my Becca highlighter. Like, I almost feel like I already put too much. Okay, so Scatterbrain is a really pretty color and it packs a punch. But here's the thing, do not brush the color. If anything, pack it on, because when I was brushing the color on my brow bone, you see it doesn't really show up and it doesn't look like anything, you know. It's almost very flaky, very dusty. So just pack on the color. So be very careful if you want to use this all over your lid. It's probably not a great choice. Wet the brush for that one. Unless you're packing it, but still wet the brush. But I did want to try the black shadow and I wanted to put it in my outer corner. So we're going to do that with a pencil brush. So this is Oddball. I'm blowing it out on my lash line and then I'm going to pick it up right here. And now I'm going back in with Bomb Diggity just to make sure that that smoky eye is smoked out correctly. Okay, perfect. Whoa. Okay. First of all, I feel like she, when she explained what Oddball was gonna be like, I expected it to be like kind of like almost gray and buildable to black. But it's straight up black at first, but not an explosion of black. So it's very pigmented, but it doesn't explode in your eye. It's just like a pretty perfect black, if I can say. Like if I compare it to the naked one, I hate it. This one is probably gonna be the black that I reach for now. And the glitter doesn't show up at all. At all. Okay, so I'm gonna do this side, and then I'm gonna continue my face, and then we'll move on to lower lash line. Okay, so we just finished, well, I just finished my full face of makeup, whatever you want to call it. I just finished that, and now I'm gonna go into my lower lash line, and I'm still indecisive as to what it is I want to do on my lower lash line. I could mimic the top, but okay, so the only other shade that I didn't use was out the other, so I guess we should do that, right? Okay, so I'm gonna get it with a smudge brush. This is the satin shade, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Very pigmented. Me like it. Very pretty. I think that as I'm blending it out, it doesn't look very shimmery, so if you wanted, you could even put this in your crease, because it kind of works the same as Oddball, to where it doesn't show up as much, but I'm sure if you pack it on, it probably does, but blending it out makes it a little bit more matte. And smoke that out with, yes, I'm going to use this brush, which is a little bit more smudgy, to go in with the mustardy, orangey color, Gray Gray. Okay, perfect. Now, for our final use of the palette, I can't believe it, but I used every single color in this palette. And I mean, it's not like the most wearable look, but I mean, you guys got to see how the product worked. But as you guys can see, I do have really black hair, and I'm gonna use, and she said she used Oddball as like a root touch-up, but I don't have gray hair, so I'm gonna use it for my brows. There is a little bit of sparseness and reshaping that I like to do usually, so I'm gonna use Oddball with a angled brush and fill them in a little bit. So as you guys can see, it worked pretty well to fill in my eyebrows because it is a buildable black, so I really think this is gonna be a good black to fill in my brows. Maybe it is a little bit bold, but I like it. yeah, I actually really like it. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna fill in that one, and then guys, don't worry, we're done. Oh, and put mascara and lipstick and whatever. Alright guys, so I've already finished my whole face and eyes, and I love the way it looks. I really feel like it's such a complimentary palette and it's perfect for the fall. So if you don't get this, honestly, you're gonna miss out. It's such a wearable palette and so many looks can be created. You can literally split the palette up in pieces and create your own look. Literally night, day, or night, day. It's a perfect everyday palette. I'm literally gonna recommend it to my mom. It's so good. There is some things I did love and some things I didn't really like about it, such as Scatterbrain wasn't my favorite. I do have to say, like, there's sparkle all over my desk, and although that's not a bad thing, I don't recommend it because it kind of gets all over, so really wet the product before applying it. But my favorite was In One Ear. I used all these shades, so I'm in love. Yeah, I think my 15-minute long video will tell you that. So anyways, I love you guys so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Share with your uncles, aunts, brothers, carpenters, and all those beautiful people. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
He had no flowers in his hands and no time to say hello.